Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore, and today we are discussing two planetary combinations. That is, when two planets are together in conjunction and they are in Kendras. And I will be discussing today about Mars and Mercury conjunction. So, we have done from Sun, we have come to Sun, Mars, and all those things after Moon, Mars, Moon, Mercury, and now we are in Mars, Mercury. So, both the planets, as we know, the Karakatvas, that is the significations of Mars being an aggressive planet, motivated planet, a very valorous, courageous planet, is along with Mercury, which is a fearful planet, very timid planet, but highly active, like a Mercury, very fast, thinking fast, calculative, manipulative. So both these planets, when they join hands together and they are within, let us say, 6 or 7 degrees within a sign or within a house. So if you take within a sign, then you will be telling that if it is, 29 degrees in one sign and 2 degrees in the other sign, will they be conjunct? Yes, they will be conjunct. So for conjunction, you will be taking the degrees, the difference of degrees between two planets. Not that there is a sign dividing both of them, it will not spoil the conjunction. So the first house, the first Kendra, that is the quadrant, makes the native, naughty as a child, experimenting as a teen, and curious or indulgent, being getting into indulgence or indulging as an adult. So once again, naughty as a child, experimenting as a teen, curious and indulging as an adult. So they love adventures, they love professions in which there is adventure, they love to move around, they don't want to be sitting in one place, and they want a lot of what we call as challenges in profession. They don't want a very simple, dry, every day-to-day routine profession. They don't like it. They want challenges. There should be some or the other, um, thing that they can achieve, like name, fame, money. Something should, that we call it as incentive. Correct. There should be incentives in their job. If they do not get good incentives in their job, they will not love their job to that level. So this is an excellent combination to be an industrialist, because industrialists are those who have plans to develop, expand, and inculcate new experimental challenges in their industries to make it commercially viable. So, industrialist, yes, can work in real estate formation and construction activities on their own. So they can own businesses of real estate and construction activities. It's not only that, they can go into automobile engineering and so on. But this is enough for the first house. So that I'll be giving you not a lengthy video, but a video in which the important points are discussed. So in the fourth house, that is the second quadrant, these people are so good with regard to adapting themselves to new environmental changes. Like, for example, if a person now flies from India to US or Australia to New Zealand, Greenland, anywhere, within a few days or a fortnight or a month, they will adapt to these conditions and they will look or try to be more as good as locals. So they are excellent in adapting to new situations, new environments, not only for the place but also for business or profession. So the fourth house very clearly says that these people make their new place their home very easily. So, new friends, new properties, new houses, and new communities, they are happy to get into and know new people. So, they are not like, we don't want to socialize, we want to be in our own community, we have a restricted society, nothing like that. They are open to mingle and open to celebrate their life in a very positive way, I'm telling, in a new place. So they love to live in luxury and will spend very well. They are not spendthrifts, but they know how to live in luxury. So the only problem is when Mercury becomes retrograde in this particular combination and is with a malefic, like a Saturn or a Rahu or a Ketu, then they will become cunning and manipulative and will get isolated from their friends and family, because one or the other day you will get, your real attitude will be found out. So they will get into all sorts of difficulties in building relationships. So normally, back to a normal Mercury and Mars, they love fast cars and good food. Everybody likes that to a certain extent, but these people have a very good longing towards fast cars, good equipment, gadgets. They love all this and good food. So going to the seventh house, the third Kendra, the important quadrant. Why? Because this is a quadrant which will directly, specifically indicate the business opportunities, the tendencies of getting into business, and also for the marital life. So, excellent in marketing and sales. These people can do wonderful job in this particular field. They are good at communication. That is the reason, and have the skill to convince people. That is the second reason. Good in communication is about the language, the vocabulary, the way you are talking, the flair, the smartness, the charmness, and all these things. Charming person. But the art of convincing is because of the logical interpretation what a person can do with whatever he has. So these people can convince, and that is why they can sell and market. It is tough with respect to the first marriage, as this position does not give a stable marriage for the first 7 years. Why is this 7 years, sir? Why it cannot be 3 years or 4 years? It is because these two planets have a tendency or the strength to unnecessarily spoil the marriage for the first 7 years. And it will become stable later if you win over those 7 years. It's not that every marriage who has Mercury or Mars will go through difficulty, but there will be some instances and situations where it will be unstable, but depends on each and every chart. The lagna and all those things have to be taken into consideration. So they love travel and will wander and live in different places. As I said earlier, they love to mingle with new people and strangers. So they love travel. Going to the 10th house, that is the fourth quadrant and the strongest quadrant because it represents karma. Courageous in pursuits, will be a strong leader and who knows his role and will be happy to train and impart training. So, not everybody is that selfish. People are very happy to train. But the same combination, when it becomes a weak Mars and a retro Mercury, they will not train anybody at all. If you have a strong Mars and a strong positive Mercury, they are happy to train anyone, despite the fact that if they are imparting skills, whether they will be overthrown and somebody else will take their job, they are not bothered because they know their skill and they know that they will not be hungry any day, they will get a job. So they are very sure about their skill and their quality of education. So they are happily ready to train, and these people are the best people for being technical trainers. Sometimes they become harsh in handling things and will be rude to their subordinates. That is also because they are fast. These people are fast. They are meticulously fast and methodical in their job, very logical interpretation. They don't do much mistakes and they are good at their job day in, day out. And if you put an apprentice below them or a subordinate below them who is very sluggish and dull, they cannot stand them for too many days. They will start becoming irritative. So you need to be fast if you are going to work under a person who has a Mercury and Mars combination in the 10th house. So it's very difficult. You can't go and ask your boss, where is your Mercury and Mars in your chart? Jokes apart, this is how they behave. So this is for the astrologers who are seeing the chart. So they climb up positions due to their, undeterred spirit of achievement and courage. So it's not that they would want a ladder to climb. That is, they don't want help, influence, and bribery to climb any place. They don't do all that. They do it because they climb or fly up in promotions and they start becoming, CEOs or vice presidents or team leads or managers because of their inner strength, courage, and real skill. So this is a very skillful and a very strong combination, which is, I'm only giving you all the positives for this particular placement. One or two places I told you the negatives. The negatives are that if Mars becomes malefically posited in this combination, they become very rash. And when Mercury is posited in this combination, they become very selfish, self-centered, or manipulative. So, apart from that, this is a very positive combination. Thank you for today's class.